Hello, everyone. Happy Friday, end of the week. We are very excited to be here today to talk about One and Only by Karla Sorensen. I can't wait to hear everybody's thoughts on the book. But for those of you guys that are probably maybe just joining us, never heard of us before, we are the Swoony Readers, a romance book club hosted by the three of us. And we read romance books every single month and have live shows and talk about them and chat and hopefully swoon. And yeah, I think that's it. If we want to do quick introductions and then initial thoughts.
No. Hi, guys. Oh, wow. Hello, everybody. That's so weird. I'm Karina. You can find me at She Dreams and Words on YouTube and Instagram. I like this. I really did. I think my starting rating is going to be a 4. Like, I didn't get the 5-star vibes, but I had a really good time with it. And yeah, I'm glad we decided to pick this one up. Finally.
Hey everybody, I'm Dana. You can find me on Instagram at Dana Ella Reads. I also really liked this one. I think I'm gonna start at a 4.5. I flirted with a 5, but then I wasn't sure. You know, like when you're like, this could be a 5, but then I was like, but then you're like, you start to like question yourself. But I feel like as we talk it, out loud, because I feel like I read it very fast and furious. So as we like talk about it, I'm hoping I can really get a better sense. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, and like you said, I'm happy that we finally picked it up.
Yes. Hi everyone, I'm Kaylani from Kaylanisimplyme. Of course, the other ladies are linked down below, as well as our Instagram and Discord if you want to follow us there. I also really enjoyed this book. I feel like we collectively found a win, and it was on our list for a while. I know one of our really good friends has like hyped it up for a while, and so we were like, it has to be good, and it was actually very good. I also think I'm going to land at a 4.5 for now. I could go down to a 4. I could go up to a 5. I feel like we're all kind of flirting in that range, dancing around it. Yeah. But I really liked this one, and it made me emotional. I feel like when books make me cry, it's like I can get behind that.
I cried a couple times. I was like, one second I was fine. Next second I was like, this doesn't feel safe. Like, yeah. But yeah, we're starting strong though. I mean, last month I feel like we had it wins. What did we read last month?
Cover Girl Summer.
Yes.
What a sleigh. Okay. Yeah.
We've had a couple good ones recently.
Yeah.
Because we were getting duds after duds.
We'll worrisome for a minute.
Hi, Amy.
Yeah.
Hello, Liz. Hi, Amanda. Excited for the discussion. Gave this one 4 stars. Awesome.
Nice.
Glad I was able to stay up. Currently laying in bed.
Dangerous. Like,
I know. I can feel like the eyelids drooping, Hi, friends. My initial rating, hi, Misty, is a 5, but could potentially go down to a 4.5.
Love that.
Still amazing. This was just fine for me. It went super fast. 3, maybe a 3.5. Okay.
It was a very quick read.
It was.
Which is not a bad thing, necessarily. Well, I'm sure we'll get into it.
I really enjoyed the story. I gave it a 3.5, but rounded up to a 4 on Goodreads. Okay.
Nice.
Everything happened so fast. I feel like I didn't have much time to feel it. It was light. Yeah. I feel like there could have been like an extra like 50 pages in this, and it still would have felt just as good. In fact, I was like left wanting more. Like I wanted more of these characters. So I agree. It's a little. I agree, Liz. Everything happened so fast. Yeah. All right. Well, let's just start off by talking about the characters. Favorite and least favorite characters.
I'm trying to think if I had a least favorite.
Yeah.
Did somebody make me mad?
No one stands out really that I was like, I hate you.
Yeah.
But favorite, I mean, I just really love Greer and Olive.
Oh,
lollipop.
Oh my god, it was so good. So good. That was their relationship really was so cutie. And I just want to give an honorable mention though to chapter 1, the hostess and waiter at the restaurant. They're real ones. Like they're real ones.
That was awesome.
Least favorite is that one little kid, that redhead.
Yes.
On the playground.
You're right. That's it. That's the only acceptable answer is the little older kid bully on the playground.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I feel like even like in spaces where they could have had like a more villainous character, she really didn't do that. Like the mom could have been hard to, co-parent with. The stepdad could have been hard to co-parent with. But like there was nobody really in the vicinity of this book that gave off like villain energy. Even like the brothers, which are a little bit more gruff, like what was his name, Parker? He was like, I don't have time for this phone call, but like, or what, I don't know who it was, Connor or whoever the brother was. There's a lot of dang brothers, okay? But he's like, I don't have time for this phone call, but I love you, bye. But like nothing about that gave bad vibes. They were just
that was just sibling coded. Yeah. Like, I love you,
very sibling coded.
Please release me from this. You know,
you're gonna go do what you're gonna do anyway, so just go and do it. Get off the phone. But yeah, that little kid. I don't know, what did she say that she was gonna staple his balls?
Yeah.
She said, yeah.
Crazy.
All she did was ask a question.
It was hypothetical.
From outside the fence.
There were no witnesses.
None.
So how could they prove that even happened?
Your word against mine, babes. You know? But I think it was actually really refreshing, though, not to have, like you guys are saying, like, such a super villainous character where it's just like, oh, there they go again on the page. Like, I just didn't have that feeling throughout the book of being like, please, let us move on past you, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, just trying to catch up. See, too many siblings. Yeah, there were a lot of siblings.
There were.
She's setting up for an interconnected standalone, so like I get it, but like holy moly.
Yeah.
People. And can we just put it in writing that Poppy's gonna end up with somebody that's 20 years older than her? Because I love an age gap.
Oh, she definitely is.
Yeah. I think it was like 15 years, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
I think hers is the third one. No. She does have I had to look into it. I was like, next, and then next, and then next. But yes.
Well, like tell us your research.
Okay, so the next book is Cameron. I'm pretty sure. Third book is next question, please.
Is it the other football brother, Parker?
Parker's is last. I do remember that.
Okay. So somebody in between there, and then Poppy is
it's one of the brothers, because I know it's Cameron, and then Ian, because I think he comes back from the UK.
Yeah.
I think it's Poppy. I don't know, but I shall continue.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely okay. Now hear me out, right? I would love. I don't know if it'll happen, but I would love, like, you know how they have the one brother who is like happily married. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know I liked stories like this until I read Bromance. But I would love if she gave us like them have to save their marriage.
Yeah, Marriage in Trouble would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know I liked that until
oh, you're gonna love Out of the Woods then. That's all like changed.
Yeah, stunning.
Topics,
isn't the Kennedy Ryan book also?
Yeah. This could be us. No. Before I Let Go.
Okay. Stunning.
Another one is the third book in the Bergman Brothers series. I know like you didn't love the first book, but that third one is A Marriage in Trouble. And literally that was my first 5-star of the series. I sobbed. It's so good.
Oh, stunning.
Love it.
Okay. At least those the bullion.
Yeah. Truly.
Cute. Yeah, a really cute relationship between Greer and Olive. Could have done with more scenes. Yeah. I just loved watching Olive like come out of her shell for her, like immediately. And then that scene where she was like, I could see her in her eyes. Like she was like I could see the nice in her eyes.
Oh gosh, yeah.
That was good. Oh, that was good.
I was gutted right there on the spot. Oh.
I was like, golly, that was good.
I didn't hate any of the characters, but I will say that Connor bugged me a bit, especially after he promised Greer he wouldn't say anything, and the first thing he does is tell somebody.
Oh, Cameron.
Cameron, yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie though. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious though, like his reasoning. As to
Yeah.
when he was like, "You get a pass for your spouse." Like, this is the closest thing I have to a spouse. Like,
His work husband.
yeah.
And even the guy was like drinking his coffee, and he's like, "I don't give a single flying."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, I totally get what you mean, Misty, though. Just like that confidence, like, or that trust was definitely like, oh, okay. But that just cracked me up, like the reasoning of like, you know, you're going to go tell your husband, you know? So I was like, I told mine too. Like, I was like, period.
I don't have any least favorite characters, but this one, on this one, but I adored the kid. Yeah, I read this book at the beginning of the month. I don't remember the names. Yeah, Olive. She was very sweet, very soft-spoken.
Mm-hmm.
But I love those, like, I think my favorite single parent romances are the ones where they have, like, the kid that not everybody understands, but the person that they're with is that one person that gets everything that's going on in that kid's head. You know, it's just so beautiful to watch their relationship blossom, because, you know, you could have the bubbly, outgoing kids like everybody loves. It's not hard for you to fall in love with them, but, like, she had to earn it.
Yeah. It was like a slow burn in a sense, like, you know, like she allowed her to like earn her trust and feel like that safe space before she kind of progressed in that. Like, that was just so cute.
Yeah.
Love. I loved Greer, Olive, and Beckett.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about that either. I did like Cameron. He really cared about his sister. Yeah. And, he really called her. Well, hold on. He really called his sister out when he needed to. Was there for her when she needed him. Oh my God, that was so hard. I don't know why I read that so wrong, but I agree. Like, the sibling relationships that we did see, like, a little bit more of was kind of really cool to watch. It was just like, girl, you good?
Yeah.
Because somebody's got to see through it. And I'm glad she had one person, like, to confide in. And so did he at the end of it all. Like, I like when he called him up. He was like, I don't know what I'm doing with your sister. He's like, don't talk to me about sex.
Yeah.
I did love, though, that he could, like, he was like, well, I'm going to reach out to him.
I'm good with this one, especially after seeing the ratings for the others. We'll be looking out for your reviews on Goodreads. Okay. Interesting. We'll keep you updated, Liz, for sure.
I feel like the ratings are all high. It's like over 4.
Maybe like the top ones were like a little negative. Maybe she read a couple of the top reviews.
Oh yeah.
I think the pastor was funny when he tried to track down a marriage license. I can't keep up with who's who. There's
a lot.
Yes.
His book is last, Amanda.
What's his name? Parker? Was that
Parker? Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Both of us.
Oh, okay, sorry.
We were locked in.
I was looking at like the series, and I think instead of clicking, you know, on Goodreads, how like everything's like the title, the series, and then the author. I clicked the author and not the series, so I got excited because I thought there was like a novella of the married couple, but my hopes were too high.
Damn.
Get out of there.
Parker, yeah. All right. Family dynamics play a large role in the story. How do you think the different family dynamics shaped the characters' decisions and growth?
Well, since Beckett didn't really grow up with like siblings, like he kind of was more closed off, whereas we were able to see Greer kind of be more open and like basically the opposite of Beckett. And it was really cute, like seeing her in her element, and he was kind of like the outsider, and that was like when he got choked up over like obviously the situation that they're in, but yeah.
Yeah. I loved that too. I loved how like Parker had such, not Parker. Well, I mean, yes, Parker, but Greer had, such a lively family, and like everybody's in everybody's business, and that's like what she wants to continue in her life. But then like Beckett being, just talking about how it's like you can have parents and people that love you, that provide all these things for you, but still aren't there like emotionally and like, really making you feel the love, like, being told you're loved, but not feeling that love. And so it's like just him knowing that that's what he wants so much for him and his like daughter. And he wants to make sure that's in place before he has, he like how he like would not let himself go there with her, because he was like, I won't do this again to, put another child through that. And like, oh, it's just the family dynamics really were so great. It just, when you read like To All the Boys and just how like family so well written, and it's just, I enjoyed like the little snippets of her family and just like how the siblings can all just be so irritated with each other, but also just like love each other so much. It's just so great.
Yeah. I love that. Also, like Cameron and Greer were close because that was, his kid from the previous relationship. So it was kind of nice to see those two, like, I guess, thieves and like working together in family business. Like, I really enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah.
I also, I loved the moments when, like, they had those alone time with the parents. Like when they asked for her hand in marriage, which was a very sweet moment, even though there was so much untruth. There was a lot of truth there too. But like the moment when he's standing outside and the mom goes like, "I know," and she just was like, so there was no malicious intent with that conversation. It was just like, you guys are grown adults, you know what you're doing, but like I could see it, I could see through it, but your intentions were so good, and it was just like so beautiful to not watch something like that like really tear the two of them apart, but actually bring them closer, because he was willing to do that for her family, and she was willing to do it for his. It was like that was like one of my favorite moments of like the family dynamics, is just seeing like how strong of a woman her mom was.
Yeah.
It was for me when she said like, I don't want you to feel guilty for it. Like, that's why I'm even bringing this up, because I know it'll tear you down. And I was just like, you're a good woman. Is that her name?
Maybe.
Too many names.
But did you catch the parallel too of her mom calling Greer? She's like she has a fierce heart, or fierce love.
Yes.
And he called her fearless.
Yes.
The first meeting. Oh, that was a good moment.
Yeah.
It was a good little callback. It's fun when authors do that.
Yeah. Or like even when she was like, when they had talked about it, she was like, I knew that man like had more feelings for you than he let on when he asked for your hand in marriage, or else I would have said something sooner. But like, I just love that she just really saw like the truth of what they were and what they were going to be and their potential, like well before either of them put it into words. Oh, so good. But in regards to like other family dynamics, I really enjoyed the co-parenting in this relationship, because I feel like it's so rare that we get to see two parents that love their kid enough to put them at the center and not put their fighting and everything at the center, and having them, back and forth. But like even hearing like when he was sitting on the floor talking about how her mom really enjoyed art and like how good she was at it, and like Greer in her mind was like, he never talks bad about her. Like, that's such like a beautiful thing. Not a lot of parents do that for their kids, and I loved seeing that in this book.
Yeah, that was definitely a breath of fresh air for like, seeing, like you said, like co-parenting relationship that is like so healthy and not like the norm. I feel like that we see a lot, or in real life. I feel like I've seen that.
Yeah.
How it can be not, the child's not the center of the relationship. So it was really nice, like you said, to see that.
It reminded me a lot of like, I did not know what that was. It reminded me a lot of my husband's family dynamic because like to this day, like the two of them still go to every like holiday together, like every birthday party, like even like family events. Like everybody's always there, and they're so like gracious, so cordial with each other. Like it's like they never divorced, and I feel like that's so rare to see because my parents did not do that. Like that was the opposite of what I grew up seeing. And so when I married my husband, I was like, wow, this is crazy. And it's funny because even my grandma, like my dad, are like, they communicate so well. I'm like, yeah, they're freaking healthy. Like that's what you're supposed to look like. So to see it in a book is like, it's so fun.
Yeah. No, it really is nice to like see that, because I'm not even gonna lie, like when when the book starts and he talks about having like, oh, gonna get her for a year, I was just waiting for him to like, for us to find out like something terrible had happened, and or the mom was doing this and that or whatever. And then it was like for it to just be so sweet and wholesome, and for it to be centered around her, like talking to her doctors of like, this wouldn't be good for Olive. You guys need to make the hard decisions to do what's best for her. And I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. It was so nice to read.
Or even like how much she was like, I just want Josie to be happy. Like she deserves this time away. She deserves to have that newlywed experience. Like what man is saying that about his ex,
Yeah.
So healthy. I like that Greer gave Olive this big family she never had before. Yeah. That was beautiful. Let's see. Hold on. I lost my space. I feel that with the different backgrounds, Beckett and Greer really brought out the best in each other, and I love seeing the way Beckett was with her parents.
Yeah.
I agree. I love that Josie and Beckett were on good terms. I think this is the first book I've read, where the parents weren't dead or absolutely hate each other.
Yeah.
And I don't mind it in most stories. It does bring drama. Like it adds an extra layer of conflict, but sometimes it's so exhausting to see them like not put the child first.
Yeah.
I also really love the Brady Bunch aspect of Greer's family. They still call each other brother and sister, which I love, not like step siblings.
Yeah.
Or even like when Poppy came over, like Poppy was very like, she wanted to be in everybody's business. She's the youngest. That's just how they are. But, like when she was like, she's my step niece, like I gotta be there for her. I was just like,
yeah.
Yes, I love they stayed friends regardless of their relationship falling through.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the shoe to drop as well between the parents. Yes, Amanda, I have 3 step siblings and 1 blood siblings, but they are just my brother and my sisters. Yep.
Love that.
Just wanted to pop in and say hi, and I love y'all. Thank you for popping in. Hello, Joey. Hi. I remember an ex who was 36, 4 years older than me, that told me she wasn't ready for the next step. We were together 4 years. The next step, living together? Wow. It'd be like that sometimes. I'm sorry. That did just trigger a thought for me, though, when she, like, ran into his ex and she was pregnant. And then he, like, had that moment where he was like, oh, wait. Scrap that. I'm ready to single parent books at the same time.
I was like,
it was like these looks on your faces, and then it clicked. I'm like, yeah, that's not right.
Page number right now.
List your resources.
We need a works cited page stat, babes. Because what?
Snappy. This is why you don't read 2 of the same genre at the same time. I love how Josie and Beckett stayed on the same page with their child. They wanted to keep her on a consistent schedule instead of flying her across the world, which would have been hard for her. Yeah. Great co-parenting.
Honestly, yeah.
Okay, so this was more of a slow burn romance, even though the book was short. Did the pacing between Beckett and Greer work for you? Did it impact your investment on their relationship?
It didn't. I don't think it impacted my investment, but the pacing, I think, is what kept me from going with a 5. Like, I think that's what just, I don't know, like something like, I didn't mind the slow burn, but then I feel like there would be moments where it kind of like sped up for a second and then like just really, slow down to the point where when we got to the end and, she was at her family's house, and she was obviously like heartbroken, and I was thinking like when he pulled up, I was like, I just realized I was like, dang, I was like, there's barely anything left in the book, And so I think it could have had like an extra 50 pages, like you said. It's like I still obviously like I really, really did enjoy this book like so much. But the pacing was, I feel like, not consistent. Like it didn't have a smooth pace. But I mean I liked the ride. So I was here for it.
I agree. The pacing for me, it just time wasn't very like black and white. Like she kind of did time jumps without
Telling
really
you.
talking about it. Like
Yeah.
a few weeks went by in the beginning, like when their relationship first started. So it was kind of like hard to keep track because, as the reader, we know that they're going to be together for a year. So I feel like maybe there could have been more clear cut time jumps or like maybe more fluid. I mean, I feel like it was kind of fluid. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like,
No, yeah. Yeah.
But I think that kind of prevented me also from giving it a 5. Like I really obviously enjoyed it. So I think, I don't know, it's my thoughts are not coming out as well as I wish they were right now.
That's okay.
But yeah, the pacing was like a little bit off. But I feel like the relationship itself was still like the foundation. I kind of appreciated how like they really didn't do anything, for like a long period of time. And I love how he like was grown up enough to like how you said, Dana was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that because I've already done that once. And I'm not going to, do that to you and the child that could come of such a situation. So yeah.
I appreciate the fact that he like wanted to blow the lid off of it and tell Josie before Josie left. Like I can appreciate like him wanting to be like, a man of honor in this situation, like yada yada yada. But I would have really enjoyed, I think, more. I think I could have got to the 5 if it was because Karina pointed out like we knew that they were going to be together for a year and like the year hadn't even technically started, by the time all of this happened. Because the year starts really when Olive is with them full time. Josie's still in the US. And so I think I just would have enjoyed more kind of seeing like it play out like throughout the year. So, but yeah, but I mean, I really liked it though, but it's a little tweak,
Yeah, it's like a little nitpicky.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of a good book, though. You can still like recognize the fact that she did so many things right. I just think because the characters were written so well and so I liked them so much, I really wish that I had more time, like more page time with them. Like where you sometimes you read a book and you're like, you can be done now. You can stop. This is like, give me a little more. I just reel me in a little bit more, I think she did a great job at that, but I disagree. The pacing, I like the fact that it was a slow burn. The pacing was just off. I think we all like said the same thing. The slow burn wasn't the problem. It was the pacing between like the scenes, because like the scene at the wedding, hot, great, wonderful.
Yeah.
I needed one more maybe in between that felt like, okay, we're really getting close to the edge here. Because I like that. I think that having those like edging scenes, where you're like, okay, they're gonna do it, and they don't. Is always
they won't say.
Yeah. I wish we got something from him. Like that would have been really good.
Yeah.
Like in the gym. Up or something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of him like losing grip of his very cultivated,
control. Like just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little slip. Just the tip.
Exactly.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I was with you for a second, Kaylani. It was also me thinking of another book that I am or reading this month. Does it happen to be the same book that I'm also reading this month?
I love that.
Is it purple by chance? The pacing didn't work. I also didn't feel that there were stakes. There wasn't really a reason for them to fake a marriage or scam, in my opinion. Maybe the marriage, I understand. I feel like maybe they didn't have to, but she wanted to walk him down the aisle. Like, I mean, I get it. I'm just a sucker.
I don't know. I fell for it. I mean, like, for the reason why she wanted to do that for her dad, and then he wanted to appear that he was, a stable man.
Yeah.
But I love a fake relationship book, so.
Yeah, same. I can see where Liz is coming from, though. Like, it makes me think of when he realized how much she was giving up and, like, how little he was sacrificing. You know what I mean? So I can see that.
I thought the pacing was a little bit fast, but it made sense for the story. However, the ending seemed too easy. I wanted it to be harder for them to get back together. Girl.
Yeah. I do wish he, like, groveled a little more.
See, this is coming from a person that doesn't like a third act breakup. I said, oh, thank God, it was only like 5 minutes.
It was only an hour. Well, did we get a time frame of, like, how long she was at her parents'? Because I know it took him an hour after she left to realize.
I think it was like a overnight or the same day.
2-hour drive. So
yeah.
She drove 2 hours. It took him an hour. So, like, 3 hours?
See, and as a fan of a third act breakup, I needed more. Okay.
Like, I love a grovel.
Oh God. It's like, I know you're gonna be together, I know, but please stress me out.
Prove it.
Yeah. Convince me again. Convince me again.
Because you know I'm gonna eat it up.
Come on.
I don't mind a groveling situation. What I hate is when you're reading this third act breakup and you're 40 pages into a third act breakup and you're like, just get back together already. I don't care that you're miserable.
Oh, I love the drama.
Yeah.
I think this is the best slow burn I've read ever, pacing wise. I didn't feel like it was dragging. It never felt like it was rushed either. I was fully invested in the relationship. Love. I wonder if the rest of the books in the series are also going to be slow burn, if she's going to mix it up.
I wonder. Also, Misty, have you ever read Mariana Zapata? Because I'm just curious.
That's literally what this slow burn reminded me of. Just like, I don't know, 400 pages shorter. Like, you read Mariana Zapata book and they kiss, and then it's like 99%. And you're like, huh?
Yeah.
And then you go 5 stars.
Yeah. Amazing. I loved it.
Stars.
I ended up reading this basically in one sitting. And I very rarely do that unless it's a really short novella type book. Wow.
That's amazing.
Currently reading A Single Dad, and I'm enjoying it, so it's hard for me to go higher in my reading.
That's valid.
Yeah.
Instead of having a fake marriage, she could have just had a stable girlfriend, and I think it would have been better. So I get that, Liz. If the dynamic between her dying stepdad wasn't in, I would be fully on board with this.
Yeah.
I think like she had such good intention. She just wanted him to be happy, and so I get that.
Yeah.
And I think like the marriage wasn't really his aspect either. He didn't really need to get married. He just wanted somebody stable there. So it kind of like talking about the reasons why they both wanted a fake marriage, it made me realize that Josie accepting Greer and Beckett's relationship so quick was a bit unbelievable. It's like, great, you're fantastic.
Yeah. For real. And like she was really trusting her like pretty soon. Like having her like have soul or when she picked her up from school, I think, right? Was that the first time she had her by herself? Or she added her on to the pickup list. Or whatever.
Also,
great. Yeah. Great for her career. But like I don't know if I would be that quick.
Yeah.
To trust a stranger essentially.
Yeah. I feel like maybe, I mean, I don't know, because I also felt like that was, I mean, that thing was moving when it came to like the trust, you know? But I wonder if like, because Olive like was so comfortable with her, if that kind of sped up the timeline in like Josie's mind, just because like Olive is not typically that open. But I also just think like that was just one of those like, I don't want to say like pitfalls, but just one of those like bumps in like the little speed trap of pacing that she had going, like, you know, where it's like that part I think definitely did kind of like mess up with a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, like obviously when you read, you know, it's like you do have to suspend reality, but like they're also still having some believability in there is I think what really makes you like lock in a lot of times. And that part definitely was kind of like very questioning, because it's like I just don't think like Josie would have been like, absolutely, you're on the list. Thank you so much. You can babysit her now. You know, like it's just like that. It's crazy.
Well, I also like giving Josie a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. Like, I feel like she was in like a high stress environment. She just really wants to go off with her husband for a year and feel comfortable leaving her child. And so like she just needed any excuse to like be like, okay, things are great. But like also as a parent, like I'd be like, I don't even know you. What's your last name? Before you were married.
But maybe that's also like a testament to like Josie and Beckett's relationship, that she trusts his judgment so much that she's in her mind, maybe she's just like, well, if you vetted her like in your own self and like you're gonna marry her, like, you know, for her to think like somebody that she's known to be so closed off and just very, you know, like particular about how he does things, maybe it's just like she had so much trust in him, you know. But he obviously didn't do that part, but she believed in him enough, you know, to trust his judgment.
It was blurry. I'm not sure if she had been there for a few days or a few hours or what. Yeah.
Who could say?
Not us.
I have read Mariana Zapata and I love them all, but I always reach a point where I'm like, just get out, just get together already. Yeah. I never really felt like that with this one. That's because her books are so freaking long. It's over 600 pages.
She likes to tease.
She really does. I felt like he was like, I have a great co-parenting relationship and I'm randomly making some things a little worse in my head, so I guess I'll just get married to seem more stable. I get that.
I think it was just that comment that Josie made that really rattled him.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, you know, just her understandably having a moment of doubt of being like leaving to another country, you know. But I think like that comment really kind of shook his confidence in this, you know.
I think too, because she knows how like rigorous his schedule is with being a professional athlete. So she had valid concerns, I would say.
Yeah.
Another thing that I found very strange about this, and granted, I don't watch football, but I do know a little bit from watching, you know, the wives come up on TikTok or whatever, you know. They never discuss travel. Never. In that entire book. Like, aren't you going to away games? Hopping on a plane?
I don't know if the season was even going until the epilogue, so I guess we can't really consider this a sports romance, but
because I was once I was like, because I don't know what they were talking about, how like, oh, she was going to like a lot of his games, and I was like, wait, does he not travel? Like it was just one of those little things in my head. Granted, I don't know anything about sports, but I feel like they travel. Hey ladies, I haven't read this one, but I hope you enjoyed it and you have a great week. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for popping in and saying hello.
Hope you're doing well.
Yes. Also, no one could keep a secret. Been together in this marriage for barely a week already and spilling the tea on themselves. Yeah. Well, granted, it was 45 days, but yeah, because isn't that what she said? She's like, how many days until it's been whatever? And he's like, 45, but who's counting? Jesus. He had that number at the top of his head.
He was yearning.
I think it hurt her dad more to find out the marriage was fake. I think being upfront would have made him more excited for a potential marriage instead of it not being real.
I don't know. I feel like he took that thing like a champ.
He should have.
He said, "Pish posh, molly wash." He's like, it's life.
Like, don't do it again.
Yeah. He knows Greer and he knows like her heart, so I think he was more understanding and appreciative than irritated, I guess. At least in my head. Because he was joking, you know? He was like,
Yeah.
well, if you only apologize 4 times, like he was just being so silly.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not sure if I would have accepted it.
Yeah.
5 was a magic number. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, I love to like how her siblings were just like, you got mascara under your
Yeah.
eye.
Cameron, being that annoying older brother.
How can she still have tears? Like, that was good.
Missy also agreed that he took it pretty well. Hello to Kay. But would they trust her so easily if she wasn't like them? Was she rich?
I mean, she was like an interior designer, so she wasn't poor.
Yeah, I don't really remember. Well, I feel like she never really had a place of her own that we saw at all. So I was like, I can't picture what she went from.
Yeah. They just described it just like her apartment.
Yeah.
You know, and then she wasn't in it.
Gone.
Yeah.
They lasted like a day. He had like 1 practice. Yeah.
He had a lot of training at the facilities.
Yeah.
And don't forget the family event in flag football for which she won.
Oh, yeah.
This must have been like off season, getting ready for
Yeah. I think like summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised he wasn't more upset about it. I thought he would be. At least he was understanding. Yeah.
Well, you know, I think not to be like morbid, but I think like he knows he doesn't have long, so I think he's like the type that like, why would I just be miserable? Like, you know, he's just more optimistic and trying to live out his last day.
Oh,
in a positive way.
I'm gonna throw up. You know what I hear? Oh, as this series goes on.
I know who's the unlucky one that has to deal with the death in his book. Because come on now, I'm not ready for it.
I think it's sooner than we would expect. Only because I was reading some reviews, you know, I was doing some like looking at the other books in the series, and they're like, and I was like, at this point in the series, I don't remember which book it was. But
watch it be Poppy's book, and this will be the thing that brings her to her knees.
That's what I fear.
Oh, maybe we'll have to read and find out. That would be heartbreaking.
Because she's the one that still lives at home, and like I just
their little girl.
I was wondering if her dad actually passes away in this book. Not this one, but apparently we have something to look forward to.
Stunning.
That would have been so sad.
Yeah, but like we need more time with them, you know, to really drive that knife home.
Yeah,
we need to love him more.
We got to be able to see him and Parker, you know, talk it out.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. Well, if they will, we'll see.
If we could drag it out to Parker's book, that'd be great.
I was gonna say, as soon as him and Parker have a conversation, I'll
get those tissues.
I'll be too scared to continue on.
I'll put the Kindle down, and I will not continue.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Poppy's gonna eat it."
Well, Jax, you know, she's got her eyes on one.
Yes, indeed.
She said, "I'll have my sights set." And what did she say? She's like, "If I get to this and I have sex and it's, what did she say? If it's boring and something like that." She's like, "I'm blaming you." I don't remember what she said. That was funny. I know in the epilogue, Beckett mentions Greer had a hard 6 months, but that's the only time it was alluded to.
I fear.
I do fear. Speaking of, grief is touched on in a couple different ways in the story. How do you think the author tackled it, and what did it add to the story as a whole?
Grief. What an interesting topic. I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. Grief, like with his parents, because they passed away.
I feel like grief in like a lot of, they talked about grief as in like, you know, dad passing and, you know, that coming to the front. But also, like, I feel like he kind of talked about it a little bit with like the grief of not having the life that he wanted for his child, while also not having that.
That's true.
Growing up, and then I'm sorry.
His parents were in their 40s when they had him, so his childhood looked completely different than most others, I would assume. I feel like it was. I don't know where my words are. I'm so sorry. Grief. Obviously we all have our own. We all have our own journeys with grief, in different facets of our life. And I feel like it was just kind of delicately and lightly touched upon without being so depressing.
Yeah.
Even though obviously there were different sad moments and like things kind of discussed, but I felt like it wasn't as prevalent maybe as I was thinking it might be.
Yeah.
I think maybe she kind of like teed it up for the bigger conversations that are going to happen at some point, I think, in this series. Yeah. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like she'll be able to write it well, because I feel like she really, like you said, kind of like around the edges of it or so, kind of like touched on it. One of the things I did like, though, is that her dad, saying, because how they're all irritated with Parker, or at least the sisters are, right? Like, the sisters are like, Parker, and Tim had to kind of be like, yeah, and you and your brother are exactly alike. It's like you might just be going about it in a bit of a different way, but you guys are both just trying to like force something into your own will and like making something happen the way you want it to happen. And I was like, oh, because that when you're irritated with somebody and then somebody points out to you that like, yeah, and you're just like them.
Whoa.
Please.
Calm down.
Put the weapons down. I came here in peace. And clearly not, Yeah, I don't know. I think like I was crying though. It's just like there were just moments where I was just like, oh, I said that made my heart mushy. I didn't like that, but I like that, like it's like I like to cry, but also like that hurt. Like it's like, ow, you stabbed me.
Ow.
I feel like this is how I interpreted a lot of it, is like people show grief in different ways, and it's okay. Because I feel like the way that Beckett interpreted his life and like the things that he felt like he didn't get out of it, the things that he lost, turned him into like, the very gruff, controlling man that he is. And then whereas like Parker, he was like so shut down from everything, and Greer was just like, I'm just gonna do the best I can and try to make the best of it and make as many happy memories with him as I can. So like it's just like everybody processes things differently, and I feel like that was a highlight of it. But I agree, like it wasn't like super like delved into or like the larger theme of the story, which from the synopsis it made it feel like it was going to be like so sad, but I liked that it was like a little bit lighter. It didn't feel like I was reading a sad book, but more like a happy book that had sad moments.
Yeah. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, I just like how you worded that, Kaylani. And Misty.
One of the things that I thought was, I don't want to say liked, but I like that she kind of pointed out when they were talking about Parker, like Greer had that moment. It was towards, I feel like the beginning-ish, middle maybe, where she said like, Parker's already gone through this with his mom. And like that, although they're all going through like such a hurt and like, having to take in just like what the information, like what that means when somebody says like, I don't want to go through treatments. Let's just enjoy the time we have. Like that is such a heavy thing. And just like how she kind of like pointed out that like, this is not his first go through this, and how, this might be affecting him just in different ways, like maybe bringing up other things while also trying to deal with the current situation at hand.
I like how Amanda was like, you know what, hands up. I don't know. I think Reed played a huge part in the decisions a lot of the characters were making. It might not have been a great decision, but you have to make mistakes in order to learn from them. It's not
Yeah.
funny, but it's realistic.
There you go.
Very true.
Wasn't there a part in the book where I don't remember what scene it was, but they were talking about how you can't change how people are gonna like react to it, or you can try to prevent. Excuse me. You can try to prevent certain things from that. You know what? Let me find. I might have actually because my words aren't working. I don't know why.
While you're doing that, this is a great opportunity to talk about any quotes or favorite moments we want to share from the book.
One of my was like you had already mentioned it, the eyes, like her nice eyes. Like that was just such a sweet moment. I was like, oh, that made me want to throw up because it was so cutie.
Yeah.
But these are not like impactful moments, but just when they were at the wedding and he saw like men looking at her, and like he put his arm around her waist, and she was like, did you just like mark your territory? And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah. And then the other one was when he came to get her at the end, whether it was speedy or not, when he was like, I'm here for my wife. I eat my wife up every time.
Every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love that. I love that a lot.
Okay, I did find the moment or the quote. It was when they were talking to Greer, her parents, one-on-one or two-on-one after everything kind of happened, and she was crying, very apologetic. But basically, the quote is from the dad who was trying to explain, like, what they did. Like, okay, let me just read it. The hard comes in life, whether you do something to lessen the blow or not. And you can't make it disappear because you hate seeing the people in your life suffer through it. I think that was in regards to Josie, her reaction, right, to finding out the truth and everything like that. And I thought that was just amazing and like so profound, because no matter like the intent behind something that you do doesn't affect the outcome and like the feelings that the other person or people involved feel from it. So that was a really good one.
I have two favorite moments and then a quote. And the quote actually we talked about a little bit earlier, but I wanted to read the full quote. But the two moments that I loved were the fact that he made her coffee every day, and then turns out he doesn't even like coffee.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the little things, and I love that. And then the other moment that like really I was tearing up was okay, actually I have three. I lied. First time I teared up was when he like was looking at her from down like across the aisle, like her and her dad were like talking next to each other, and he was just like so happy. And she's like, I had to look away from Beckett for a second to look at his face, and she could just tell that everything he ever wanted. That, oh man, I was a sobbing mess. Okay, but that's the one that popped in my head right now. But the one I was thinking of was when Josie, Beckett, and everyone were looking at the room, and Olive walks in, and she's like very quiet, and she goes, you gave me butterflies?
Mm-hmm.
And you can just tell she was so choked up. That freaking, that one took me out. But the quote that I was thinking of was actually what you were talking about earlier, Dana. But it's you can give a kid everything they need: food, shelter, clothes, drive them to practice, sign them up for clubs, and still you have every chance to not show them that they're your world. You go through the motions, do all the things you're supposed to do, and no one would ever be able to convince me that their little brains can't tell the difference between that and a parent who would light up the world on fire to take care of them. And I just so good.
Yeah. You made me email that with the one where she's walking down the aisle and like she really took a minute because she said she wanted to take in like her dad's face and like, oh, I'm gonna throw up. Oh, that made me unwell.
Pointing out in that scene, I did highlight how she was pointing out his laugh lines, her dad's laugh line, and then he tells her, they're going to get a workout today, my beautiful daughter, because being here with you on a day like this, I am the happiest father in the entire world.
I'll throw up right now.
This book really had me. See, and this is where I sit here and I contemplate. Pacing might not have been perfect, but it is a 5. Is it a 5? Like it's just like it just made me emo. But there, okay.
Oh.
Did you find something else?
Yeah, I do have another moment.
Okay, yeah, you go and then I'll go.
Okay, when she's trying on the dresses, talking to her sister.
Oh,
and then he comes in and he's like, "Wear the red."
He's like,
and then his sister's like, "Should I hang up now?"
That was so good. It was just like I was like, oh, he said no notes. Wear the red. Oh, okay. So this one was when she was home, you know, and like how they were she was talking to her mom and her dad, and like after kind of like, you know, the cat's out of the bag, you know, she's a sobbing mess and everything. But it was like right after the quote that Karina, you had that talked about lessen the blow. And because like when she was said, I just wanted to give you something to make you happy, and it said his eyes were red. I know, and it did, but there's no single moment in this world that tops what you and your brothers and sisters give me every day. Not a single one, Greer. And I was just like, Tim, please, please don't do this to me.
I beg.
I won't. I won't. Well,
I won't survive.
I fear I won't.
I feel like I was pretty early on in this book when I had my first tear rolling, and wasn't the first time I cried was the wedding, but it was like pretty early on, like beginning couple chapters, and I was like, really? I was 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, really? You already got me crying? Hold on, let me see.
I teared up as soon as it was like when she said she overheard her dad saying that. I was not well. Like where her like idea came from, I was like, ooh.
Yeah. That one of my biggest regrets is that he won't be able to walk one of his girls down the aisle. Seeing us get married, a tear slid down my cheek, and she immediately brushed it away, like if she rid her face of the evidence it never existed. He started crying, then my mom started crying. She ended in a whisper. He's going to miss so much. There will be years and events and moments, big and small, where we talk about him, what he would say if he was there, how he'd feel, how much we'd miss him. And if this is my chance to give him even one of those moments off that list, I'm going to do it. That was 14% in, bro.
There's just, a lot of moments that had a lot of emotional impact, for sure.
Missy said, once again, I did not keep up with my quotes.
That's okay.
I love the moment where Greer told off that kid that was bothering Olive. I was like, you tell him.
Yes. And how she, like, stood 10 toes when talking to Josie. She's like, just because she's not my kid doesn't mean I'm not going to stand up for her. No. Oh, no, she was talking to Becky, I think. Right?
Yeah. And then when, like, she was talking with Josie was like, the worst, like, what's worse that you could have done? Like, not find somebody that would fight for my kid, like, the way that a parent would. Like, she was proud.
Yeah.
I also love when Beckett talked to her parents about how she was not she's brave. Yeah.
Fearless.
Yes.
Yeah, that's facts. Because Dana does that, and you know, there's just nothing better. When you're a coffee drinker.
It's the fact that he's not a coffee drinker.
Yeah. And I was like,
oh, Karina, this is not spoilers, but I just want you to know you're going to have a moment for that in One Tree Hill at some point. And you're just going to be like, yeah. Perfect.
Making me email them here. Some amazing moments. Yeah. We do have to thank Sam for telling us how to read the book. Yes. Speaking of
right now.
Thank you so much. Welcome, Sam. Okay, wait. I'm having a weekend away for Ezra's 3rd birthday. Oh my gosh. Stop it. I can't believe
Ezra.
Birthday. Just wanted to pop in and see if y'all loved it. We did. We did love it.
It was a hit.
Yeah. Mention Sam. It was like you heard your ears were tingling.
Yeah.
You were ready. But yes, we loved it, and thank you so much for constantly talking about it, because I'm glad we picked it. It was a great book, and What a wonderful time.
Just another series to add to the list.
No, for real. Lots of tears.
Why would you even say that out loud?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes, a big happy birthday to Ezra. I can't believe he's 3 already.
Oh.
The time is flying.
It's fun. All right, big question. Has your rating changed or is it staying the same?
It could. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to think on it, but it could very much go up to a 4.5. That's the highest it's gonna get for me. But I mean, I still loved it. Yeah.
So amazing.
Yeah.
That's an amazing rating.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm struggling because the only thing I can think of like why I wouldn't give it a 5 is just like the pacing, little bumps. But it's like I also just loved it so much. I just don't know. I don't know. The lowest it will be is a 4.5. Okay. We
Good.
could be 5. I don't know.
More happy birthdays. Misty sticking with her 5.
Stunning.
I feel like I could bump mine to a solid 4.
Dang.
Amazing.
My rating is staying a 4. I really enjoyed it. I'm not obsessed with it. 3. Already time flies. I know. I'm so big. Happy birthday to him. And 3. Okay. I am going to say 4.5. I'm happy with that. I don't think it could be a 5 for me. I just, some of the pacing issues, like Karina said, or Dana said, sorry, were a little bit of an issue for me. But 4.5, I mean, that's a solid.
That's a win, you guys. It's a win.
Yeah.
And if a 3 is the lowest we got, this is a win.
I'm saying. All right, well, even bigger question then. Did you swoon?
Yeah, that coffee thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna get me.
I definitely swooned. I actually even really swooned when, after the little wedding scene, and he came and like put her straps back up for her.
Yeah.
I mean, it was supposed to be sexually intimate, but something about that was just like he's just so
like
delicate with her.
Yeah.
Oh, what a good book. Let's see. I swayed.
That took me. I'm so sorry. I started chuckling when I saw that.
So glad this was a hit for the most part. Yes, I did swoon, especially at the end. I did swoon. I really liked Beckett. Thank you guys. I can't believe it. I'm so happy it was a hit for the most part. Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Yes. Thanks, Sam.
Yay.
All right. Is there anything else that you guys want to touch on before we bring this to a close? Anything we missed?
I think so.
I feel like we had a really good discussion.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Then that means it's time for next month's giveaway.
Okay, I've got my wheel ready.
A banger, guys. I'm so excited for next month's book.
Yes. So Soul Searching by Lila Sage. So it's the first book in a new series. It doesn't come out though till September 30th. So whoever wins, we just gotta wait until the 30th. But I'm gonna go ahead and spin. Sorry, I don't have my volume up, but Liz!
Congrats, Liz.
Yes. Congratulations, Liz. Let us know like what format you would like to receive the book in when it is available.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't forget, next month we have our Swooniversary celebration. So very much looking forward to that week to hang out, watch a movie, and just read.
Yes.
October 6th through the 13th. Everything is available on Discord if you guys have any questions, as well as Instagram and the announcement videos. So, Liz says, audiobook, of course.
Oh, a queen. I love audiobook.
A girl after our heart.
Yeah.
I was going to say something, but I forgot. I plan on buying a physical. I read 2 others of hers, and they're both 5 stars. So I just know this will be a hit for me.
Yes. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this one as well. It feels like the perfect October book, and I just hope that we all love it.
Yes.
Yeah, the vibes feel strong. You know,
Feel right. Yeah.
they do, right?
Alrighty, well, that is the end of today's live show. Thank you, everybody that joined us and took part in it. Sad, I think I may miss some of the Swooniversary. I just got added to an international work trip. Woo! And my time zones may be out of whack.
That's exciting, though. Kind of, right?
Exciting.
Yeah.
You get a blast.
Yeah. Have a great night, everyone. Okay, we'll also be traveling, but I can join. It's okay.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Ghost Whisperer vibes. I can't say no. Yes, we love a good homage to Ghost Whisperer. All right, well, if you guys aren't already following the besties, make sure you go do that. They are linked down below. We love you guys so much. And is there anything else you guys wanted to add?
Just thank you, everybody, for being here.
Yeah. Can't wait to hang out again next month.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, in that case, see you guys in just a few weeks. We love you guys so much. Bye. Love you.